Yesterday, Robert Redford passed away at the age of 89. Legendary actor. We decided to do a draft that would honor one of his films. Now, I had a suggestion, Best Late Bloomers in honor of The Natural. That's my own favorite Robert Redford film. But Chris sided with Gary for the Butch and Sundance approach.
Butch Cassidy
Best
and the
current
Sundance
duos.
Kid. Yeah.
Butch and Sundance, yeah, but it's the same. They know who we mean. Butch
Yeah.
Cassidy and the Sundance
I love that
Kid.
movie.
That's the direction that we went.
Right.
The Paul Newman, Robert Redford film of the early 1970s. So, today's draft, the best duos, the best current NFL homage to Butch and Sundance. Go.
All right. Well, Jamar Chase and T-Higgins would be my first one. I mean, to me, I think that's probably the best duo at receiver in the sport right now. Those two guys, they're matchup nightmares. They complement each other well. Chase is a little bit smaller, compact, explosive, can do just about everything. T. Higgins is a bigger guy. You can throw jump balls to. He can use his physicality, and even being that big, he can do some things after the catch too. So I'll go with them to start it off.
See, and this can go in so many different directions. And, you know, Butch Cassidy was a little older. Sundance was the kid. And you got this situation with the Chargers where Jim Harbaugh is trying to turn Justin Herbert into a badass. And, you know, that would be a hell of a buddy movie. Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert cross country or riding horses or whatever. So I'll go Harbaugh and Herbert because Harbaugh is trying to will that into a Butch and Sundance type of a thing.
Yeah, he definitely is. You're not wrong about that. That's a good one. I like that you had the little coach quarterback thing. I actually have a coach double one on mine. It just I thought it was a little different. It's Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo. I look at that as being, damn, yeah, that's a special duo. We know how great Andy Reid is, game planning, designing. I know it's not happening right now because they got some injuries and some issues with their offense, but man, that's been one of the most dynamic duos in the sport the last few years. That's what Andy Reid was missing. That's why they didn't get to the Super Bowl the first year Mahomes was a starter, because their defense was crap. He brought in Steve Spagnuolo. It changed their team around, and they've been, of course, one of the best teams in the sport. It's one of the best duos I can ever remember as far as defensive mind and offensive mind on the same staff.
And I wanted to make a pick with two guys who play the same position, and even though the Houston Texans are 0-2, it's not because of their defense.
No.
And Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter have become quite a combination. And, I mean, they were swarming. I don't know how Baker Mayfield survived that game on Monday night, much less win the game with that final drive. Those two, and you think about it, like we've had potent pass rushing duos in the past, and maybe I'm not thinking of someone, but there really isn't two that stand out right now on the same team like Hunter and Anderson.
No, I agree with you. You're right. Right now, I don't think there's anybody or a duo that's quite like that. Jacksonville's got a pretty good duo, but it's not to that extent, right? There's some other teams that are close, but I don't think it's like that one we're seeing right there.
All right, the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid draft. Best duos. Chris, who do you have?
Well, I'm going to stay at receiver. My next one is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams in Detroit. To me, it's about as dangerous as it gets in the sport right now. They both went over 1,000 yards last year. Jameson Williams, yards per catch, he's as good as anybody in the sport. He's up there with being one of the most dangerous guys downfield. Amon-Ra St. Brown, we know he's awesome, route runner, explosive, underneath guy, and then it's reverses and bombs to Jameson Williams. It's a dangerous combination, those two, and I don't think they quite get the credit as a duo as they should.
All right, I'm going to have fun with the last one
Okay.
Because, look, it's one thing for the people on the outside to view a duo as Butch and Sundance, but there can be people who believe themselves to be Butch and Sundance even if they lack the skills. And at the core, Butch and Sundance were cowboys. So Stephen and Jerry Jones, Butch and Sundance, at least they think they are, outsmarting all of the other poker players and going all in, but not really going all in, and getting blown up by Micah Parsons and others. That's it for today. See you tomorrow. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.